people of Earth. Prepare for the future of patriotism.
Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck another in his cap and called it macaron.
All right, from the heart of Broadway, born and raised on the podcast is where I spend most of my days. Greatest intro ever. I'm out. Goodbye.
I liked it.
You got anything?
I got nothing.
Wrap it up.
I can't follow that.
It's Podzilla After Dark here on the Podzilla 1985 network. My name's Shannon Young. I'll be your host tonight, along with Jesse Kimball down at the end of the table with a giant bottle of Dasani water.
That is me, and yeah, it's a pretty big bottle. It's 90 cents cheaper than the 20-ounce bottle.
Things that I will never understand.
Yeah, I don't get that dollar
Would you like
store.
this 20 ounce of soda for $1.90 or this liter of soda for $1?
Or like at Dollar General, would you like a liter of soda for $1? Or would you like a 2-liter soda for $1? And so, like sometimes you can even find them on sale where like the 2 liters 85 cents. So it's like I could buy a cold 20 ounce for $1.90, a cold 1 liter for $1, or a warm 2 liter for 85 cents.
I remember the days
What the hell?
when Asa would come in with a 2 liter of soda, drinking it. Remember those days we'd record? I'm so much happier for him now that he's living a healthier lifestyle. Yeah. We all are, except for these two. And good on us. Lindsay Wolfgong's also with us tonight.
Hello.
She is currently knee-deep in Pokemon cards.
Yes.
What are you doing over there?
I am organizing Gen 6 by Pokemon within card set. I'm currently on Dedenne, which is adorable.
Intricate. How many Dedenne cards do you have?
8.
It's a good set of Dedenne cards. To my left, we have Ali Bear.
Hello.
Once again appearing on the After Dark show. And happy birthday, Ali.
Thank you.
And tomorrow, happy birthday, Lindsay.
Yay!
Since we won't be doing a show tomorrow, both of these girls, who are both from Pennsylvania, who are both art majors, whose birthdays are a day apart, and the one thing that really links them together, they both have black cats.
Yes.
That's
they
true.
were both
Tuxedo
sleeping on my bed
cats.
today.
And they're both adorable when they're good, and when they are bad,
You want
they
to
are bad.
kick them and then pet them.
My cat, well, I say my cat, Lindsay's cat. My cat with Lindsay. So I have children with many different women. My cat with Lindsay is the sweetest cat in the world. She is so attention deprived, or she acts like it, that she will not stop until she's in your lap. And even when she's in your lap, she will just like
Get
prance
up in your
around.
face.
And she will never lay down and be good. She just constantly has to have attention. My cat with Allie is just the fucking worst. It's just the worst fucking cat in the world. It is destructive and stupid, and like
It's not her fault.
it is.
She has a kitty learning disability.
She has hit her head on so many things. One day, she ran into a door with her head, and then a wooden letter that was on the door fell off and broke over her head. So it is not her fault.
Poor kitty.
Allie sounded like she was choking up there a little bit.
She
by
is.
the
She's
end of it.
turning red. I think she's getting emotional about it.
What?
He's eating.
Oh, he's okay. I see it. He's
Dedenne shoving berries in his face, and it's adorable.
Yeah, he stores them in his cheeks. Apparently, I did not know that.
But your cat is very cute and sweet when she wants to be. I want to give
She
a compliment
behaved
to it.
herself today. She
Yeah.
only attacked my feet twice when she was under my bed.
Well, that's why I want to compliment her, so Allie doesn't just think we're shitting on her cat, especially on her birthday.
So I like whenever I hang out at Shannon's place. Back in the day when we were there a lot, Shannon and Lindsay's cat.
Thank you.
Would like if I was sitting in like a folding chair or something with an opening in the back, it would actually paw at my back to try and get me to like turn around and pick her up. And then she would come around the front. She would start pawing at my leg and just desperately wanting to be like in my lap.
Or Allie's will just come up and dig her claws into your leg and stretch out her back.
That sounds about right.
Or in Mimi's case, will just start climbing up her leg.
Oh, she was trying to get to her weave.
Oh,
Trying to rip that nappy ass weave off.
no.
That's a Tupac song.
Shannon.
That's a Tupac song.
You still can't say that about our friends.
if any one of our friends other had a weave, I would make fun of theirs too. Who else has a weave that we know? Nobody. That's it.
To be fair, she mostly does wigs.
No. And Mimi has, or to be fair, I was joking about Mimi. She has not only does she have the best wigs, she literally started a business based on her wigs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you can't hate on that. My favorite part was once Pat Kennedy, Mandy's brother, in case you didn't know, Mandy Kennedy, who's on the show.
Pat listens to this show a lot of the time.
Oh, he'll like this joke then.
I
I'm
just
pretty
wanted
sure.
to warn you there.
I'm pretty sure. No, this isn't a shot at him. I'm pretty sure he was intoxicated, if I remember correctly. And he told me how nice Mimi's weave smelled or wig smelled. And I told Mimi that, and she like died laughing. I don't think I've ever seen her laugh harder than that.
When have you been around Pat while he was drunk?
No, he told the story.
Oh.
No, I was around Pat. When
Are
he
you
was drunk.
sure?
It was
thought
at a
he
party.
Just told you the story.
It was at one of his parties at his house because I went to like 2 of them, and it was one of the 2. Or
Fair
I
enough.
dreamt this whole thing up. I might not even know Mimi.
Well, your entire relationship with Mimi just dreamt.
I might be sitting here in front of an empty like table, just like talking to myself.
He's losing long tracks of time again, folks.
Oh man, you ain't lying. We're gonna talk about some fun things tonight. Lindsay put a little bug in my ear. It was disgusting.
I'm sorry.
About weird laws. We've never talked about that on the show, and that's actually something I find to be a very interesting topic. Weird laws. So I've got a bunch of weird laws by state, and I think that's gonna be fun.
I was like hearing about these like the weird outdated laws.
We
like,
started talking about some of them at work one day, and I'm just like, this could be a fun topic.
Yes, I agree. It's always a lot of fun. And I need something fun because here's what happened. I'm gonna get a little real with you. Shannon doesn't often get real. So we have a friend that Allie and I don't think Lindsay and Jesse know him very well, but we have a person we met through CCW named Jared Smith.
know
And
the name.
Jared is married to Nia, who's also a friend of the show. And he posted a thing today about a woman who I did not know, but she had cancer and she passed away yesterday. And I had actually learned about this person a couple days ago because people were posting, please keep so-and-so in your prayers. And so I made the mistake of jumping down the rabbit hole, and I went to this person's Facebook and I started reading all of their progress with their cancer, pictures and stuff like that, family, and she has a child, and she's been married to her high school sweetheart forever. And when I found out she passed away from cancer, man, I can't describe.
Was this something
to you.
that happened recently, or
That she got cancer or that she passed away?
she passed away?
2 days ago, maybe yesterday.
Okay, because like, you're describing someone that this person might know that I know that. Yeah, very
Is
similar.
this the same
situation.
person?
No, really unlikely because this person died. Oh man, it was like 3 years ago or something.
Okay,
like that,
no.
or
This
longer.
was definitely like yesterday.
Okay.
But it made me incredibly sad, and it reminded me. And I would read the messages I sent Jared because I messaged him personally, and I talked to him for a little bit of why it made me so sad. But there was a point today after reading all this where I was so emotionally distraught. Because not only did I feel bad about what had happened, but I also started to get this. I don't get depressed very often. I know Allie thinks I do, and Lindsay thinks I do, but I don't feel like I get depressed very often. But I was depressed today because I got this. It was like a whirlwind, a cyclone of fear and being afraid of something like that happening to one of you guys. Someone that I care about. Just the thought of mortality in general, and how much I put it in the group chat that if there is a God, I know I hate him. That this kind of stuff would happen. And I was so down. I was so depressed over it. And there's nothing you can do. And that's also insanely frustrating. So Lindsay suggested, let's talk about something fun. And I appreciate that because I need fun stuff like that. So that's what we're going to talk about. That's a 2-minute explanation about why we're doing this show. And that actually brings us to our first thing, which is the motherfucker of the week. Did you read this that I sent you? In the group chat?
Probably not.
Okay, well, no, I sent it to the Podzilla group chat. The
it
legendary,
was after 4:30. I probably didn't see it.
the original group chat.
Yeah, the
'Cause
one that women aren't in.
We invited Allie once or twice. And
You invited me for 5 minutes because Cody pulled me in, and then you kicked me out,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was hilarious. But
That's, I was invited in and then immediately kicked out.
It's a boys club. I'm sorry. Tonight's motherfucker of
okay,
the week is brought to you by Duck with a Dick.
I did see that.
You can purchase this. Don't look it up. Here, I'll look it up.
damn it.
He'll look it up for
It's
you.
a rubber ducky.
It's a rubber ducky.
With a dick.
Below it has a gigantic penis.
It's a rubber ducky with a rubber dicky.
So it's a rubber
I don't understand.
duck dildo?
I think
Here,
I
you
thought
can
that was
see a
supposed to
picture
be
of
the sponsor of this week's show, not the motherfucker of the week.
No, it's brought to you by.
Oh,
here,
okay.
Alan.
That makes about as much
'Cause you
sense
said-
as truck nuts.
Because am I mistaken? Like he said, this was the motherfucker of the week.
No.
right?
I said
No,
motherfucker
it's
of the
brought
week,
to you by.
Brought to you by. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Sesame Street and the letter C.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I understand because we do the brought to you by. Are you saying the motherfucker of the week is brought to you by?
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean,
Oh,
but
okay.
I probably said it so fast because I noticed
just-
I was speaking quickly.
Or I just heard motherfucker of the week, and
Well, the good thing about the Duck with a Dick and being the sponsor, and this is the official sponsor of this week's Motherfucker of the Week, because you can fuck your mother with the Duck with a Dick. It doesn't have to be your mother. You can fuck someone else's mother. But the duck's dick is so big that it clearly will satisfy all the motherly needs that a woman would come across. So, good show.
like that Allie looks at me like I can stop this.
Good on Duck with a Dick.
I can't.
You have a
Allie, I'm
better
sorry.
chance than I do.
Now, if you check out the Amazon page for Duck with a Dick, you will see that it.
God damn it.
According to the people that
When
make
are
it,
we gonna get?
it's the perfect gift or present for your auntie, your niece, your sister, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife. So everyone can enjoy Duck with a Dick. But I think the Romeo and the Dick and Juliet laws, the Duck with a Dick and Juliet laws, you have to be 17 or older to enjoy Duck with a Dick. We don't recommend it below that. So, Duck with a Dick. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the motherfucker of the week.
Why 17?
Well, that's legal. I don't want to recommend a sex toy to
For-
someone that's underage.
18.
for certain
Not in,
states.
yeah, it depends on the state. Missouri's 17.
Depends on what you're talking about. That's age of consent. That's different.
Well, don't you think you'd be consenting to sticking the duck with a dick inside of you? This is weird. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
You started it.
Brought it up and went on for like 5 minutes.
Basically, what I'm saying is you still can't post pictures of a 17-year-old girl on the internet.
Wait, what? We're- All right, you know what? Just forget about duck with a dick. We've lost the sponsorship because we went too much depth. But he does bring you the
Sorry, I'm just stuck on this one here. But
the motherfucker of the week. So I got this on IGN, and I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently it is. Here's the headline just to set it up for you. Team Fortress 2 YouTuber comes back after faking own death in 2015. Here's what this guy did. His name is Sketchek on YouTube and on whatever. He put out videos in 2015, and his final one was in 2015, saying, is that your phone?
yeah.
Okay. Saying that he was very ill and that his health was deteriorating. And he talked about, I watched some of the videos that he was getting too sick to do it anymore, and then he stopped posting. And everyone assumed he had passed away from his illness. Well, he came back today with a post that said, "Kept you waiting, huh?" Then he posted a video that said, "About 3 years ago, I announced that I had contracted a non-specific terminal illness. I want everyone to know that that was a lie. It was a sick joke. It was a ruse. I was never ill, not even a little bit. You might say that I was mentally ill because I thought it would be fun to convince a lot of people that care about me that I would fucking die, but I've been feeling really bad about it lately. I can no longer bear the weight of my sins, which is why I've decided to come out with the truth and apologize for lying, so I am sorry." He's also going to start doing Team Fortress 2 videos again. I get that he apologized, and that's cool and everything, but especially after reading about this person that had passed away from cancer, that you would fake your illness for, like, to make people feel bad. Fuck you. That is one of the shittiest things I can think of. So I hope his YouTube career fails, and I hope he becomes a better person for it, but fuck that guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
That is just shitty beyond words.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree.
I guess there's no other words to say about it, Allie.
No.
So, if you see Sketchek in public and you have duck with a dick, you know what to do.
Huh.
That's all I'll say. I'm not advocating anything.
Brag about the fact that you have duck with a dick.
All right, so here on the
That's
show,
what you were going to say.
a lot of the times we'll say something like, "Hey, Zane Laney, this random thing, can you track this down for us? Because you seem to have the connections." We're not going to say that about duck with a dick. Please do not send duck with a dick to Gaming Grounds.
That's the one you're going to end up getting.
I would request that no one send duck with a dick to Gaming Grounds.
It's coming next week.
Yeah, it is.
That's Shannon's plan all along.
To get one in,
He wanted
psychology.
He wanted duck with a dick, but didn't want to actually buy it. But if somebody sent it to the store as a gift, I guess I've got duck with a dick now.
All of these things that we point out, by the way, like all of these sponsors and everything, are real sponsors. Duck with a dick is a real thing. We're not making this shit up. Why
I mean,
would
it's a
we?
real thing. They're definitely not giving us money.
We just find pictures and laugh a lot and decide to use it because we're dumb.
I mean, how would I use duck? Well, I don't know. I'm not interested. I feel like that's definitely more of a gift for your niece than your nephew, if you know what I mean.
Hey, don't shame the nephew. If that's what they're into, that's what they're into.
Now you make duck with a vagina and we'll talk.
Oh,
That's creepy too, isn't it?
Shannon, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember when Zach
I
Price?
don't want to see that.
Remember when Zach said he wanted to fuck Miss Piggy?
I do.
Yeah.
I
Let-
do.
Let that settle for a little bit.
You can't use the man's real name whenever you're gonna do something like that on the air.
I feel like I can with him because he would be proud of it.
Yeah, he really wasn't very ashamed of that.
Of
he
anything.
did announce it to several people.
He did it on Facebook Live.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So.
All right, no, I retract my statement.
Good guy though. I had nothing against him.
Importantly, not Kyrgyz.
I miss him being on the show. You know.
Because those of you that listen to the show, you might know Zach Kyrgyz. That's not who we're talking about. This is a different Zach. I'm not going to say his last name.
Oh, I
even
did.
if he is proud of it.
I did say it.
Did you?
I did.
I thought you just said Zach.
We won't say it again, but I did.
Oh, fair enough.
The something is wrong, bitch. Can I talk about one more cringy thing?
Can I stop you?
Yeah, we're.
This one's less cringy. Well, this one's less obscene, but I still think it's pretty cringy. Did you hear about Delta and Coca-Cola?
No.
They teamed up. They teamed up for Valentine's Day and created napkins that they gave out on their flights with everybody. That it has a picture of a Coke, and then it has text next to it on the napkin that says, "Because you're on a plane full of interesting people, and hey, you never
Have some
know."
Coke.
No, it says you never know, and then on the other side of the napkin, it has name with a line and then number with a line. So the goal of this was that you would write down your name and number and give it to someone else on the plane if you thought they were cute.
That's a little creepy.
The backlash has been incredible of people saying that it's incredibly offensive, and like, all right, I is this offensive? To me, it's not. But I'm also not a woman. So I guess the argument is being that if you're a woman and you don't want unsolicited attention, you don't want some guy walking up to you with a napkin with his name and number on it, giving it to you and say, "Here, I think you're hot." If it were me, if I was on a plane and a woman did that to me, it would not bother me. If I don't care if she's attractive, unattractive, I don't care. If some woman gave me that and said I was hot, I would be flattered. But again, I don't face that kind of that attention every single day of my life like women do. So I'm going to ask the women on the board, is this as offensive as people say? Because one person posted it and said, "Hey, Delta and Coca-Cola, these napkins are creepy as fuck. Pretty sure no one appreciated unsolicited phone numbers in the quote-unquote good old days. And they sure as heck don't want the number of someone who has been gawking at them on a plane for hours. Not a good look." By the way, Delta did apologize, and they recalled all the napkins. They said it was supposed to be fun, but it apparently offended people, and they're rotating it out. So
I would find it more annoying than offensive as far as that goes.
Offensive seems like a weird word for it because
everything's
it's-
offensive now.
It's more just kind of encouraging a lot of the behavior that things like the Me Too movement and stuff is trying to make people realize isn't the best way to go about things.
Is this any different than
Well-
someone hitting on you in a bar or something like that?
I mean, they're purely basing everything on looks. They're not speaking to you. They're just literally handing you a number.
I would whenever you were first talking about it, like my first thought is like you're sitting next to someone on the plane and you're talking because, I mean, what else are you going to do for 3 hours?
Right.
Or you could watch the in-flight movie, which is almost certainly
Put your iPod earbuds in and ignore the world.
right. So if the person next to you is willing to engage in conversation, then you can give them your phone number and name. Maybe like wherever you're going, maybe you can meet up at some point, like something like that.
Yeah, but I feel like this encourages more of the random. Like if you're sitting if I'm sitting next to Lindsay or Allie on a plane and we strike up a conversation, I would probably just go, "Hey, I really enjoyed talking to you. Can I have your number?" As opposed to like writing it down and then slipping it to them and go, "Here."
Well, yeah, like especially the way phones work now, it's very easy to just say like, "Here's my phone number," and then they can type it into their phone and do whatever they want with it.
You could probably just create a QR code and just scan this, and you can have my phone number.
I mean, there was that application for a while. I think it was like an iPhone application where you could do like a fist
or
bump.
just like the infrared stuff they used to do.
Yeah, it was like an NFC thing, not NFC.
No, I think you're NFC. Like the Amiibos?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's NFC.
Okay.
I know it sounds wrong because that's also football, but
Then I think since we just finished football,
yeah, we did.
yeah, it was like a fist bump. You could both turn on that application, fist bump, and then it would like swap info.
That's neat.
It was really neat. I don't know why I didn't go anywhere, but yeah, it was a really cool idea because you
Probably
basically
'cause
just
no, I can't.
you
Go
put your
ahead.
info in there and you're like, all right, let's trade info, and it did it.
Allie, you were gonna make a point before I stole it.
I mean, it's basically there's a really good chance that the woman at the bar or sitting next to you on the plane doesn't want to talk to you and doesn't want your number because
Are you talking about
there's-
me in particular?
No, I'm just saying because you mentioned how is this different than like someone hitting on you at a bar. Most women don't. The reason they hate going to bars is because of the men.
They don't want to get hit on.
Yeah, they really don't because it's uncomfortable and it can make them not feel safe. You probably, I can understand that being hard to imagine, but knowing,
Why would that be hard to imagine?
I mean,
It's hard for me to
you-
imagine someone coming up to me in a random place and
I
telling me
mean,
I'm
it might not
attractive.
be you specific that she's.
no, I mean,
think she's
not
saying men
feeling
might not
safe.
understand.
Yeah, not feeling safe from just something that you might think as a compliment. But when a lot of women have to constantly look over their shoulder, they feel like they can't put their drink down anywhere. There are a lot of times women don't feel safe, and your innocent things can.
I don't like the way you air quoted and looked at me when you did that.
She's
Looking at
explaining it to
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I'm talking.
I don't know. This is one of those things where I agree with Allie in that offensive, I don't think is the right word for it. I think they tried to do something that they thought was fun and cute, and then were promptly told like, no, this is an awful idea.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, and then they pulled it all back, which I personally think is fine. Like, I get that. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Like I said, I think offensive is a weird word. Just
Yeah.
a bad idea. Like you're not making the flight more fun. You're making it more what's the word?
Awkward.
Yeah, awkward.
You're adding
or-
hassles to people that don't want to be messed with.
Okay, so we are going to officially take out that bullshit thing in schools, right, where everyone makes Valentine's cards and give them to each other? Because you didn't want that Valentine from that kid. Now it's
Well, I mean,
awkward.
it come with Skittles.
Or a lollipop.
I guess it depends if the kid hates you or not.
Well, in fairness,
because Skittles suck.
I mean, we
You
had to give
suck.
them to everybody in class.
Yeah,
it wasn't
like-
you just gave them to whoever. Like you were literally
Until you
given a
got to
class
middle school.
list.
I'm about to say that must have been nice because I don't remember
we
that
didn't
rule.
do it in middle school. That was
It
elementary
was-
school.
Yeah, so,
Elementary
yeah.
school, you had an actual thing, and everyone had a box, and everyone got a Valentine's
From
everyone.
everybody.
Ralph
That's
didn't.
fine.
Oh.
It's whenever. Okay, it's whenever you get to middle school, high school, and they start doing
the
the
candygrams.
like candygrams and the creepy
Carnations.
Well, what's a candygram?
Basically, you pay.
Now you can tell how attractive I was.
You pay $1, and you can send like for one of my schools, it was a sucker.
Mm-hmm.
You sent a sucker with a little note, and you could put what was on the note. It was kind of like delivering flowers, but for $1.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, during you would do that, and then on the day of Valentine's Day, like the student council is usually the ones that did it. They went
would
around
deliver.
and they passed out. Yeah, they delivered all the
Yeah.
candygrams.
Our school only did carnations.
So that's the
then-
same thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also the thing that my school did where you could take like this little test and you had to pay for it, of course. And depending on who all took the test, you would get results back.
It's like a
As
matchmaker
to
type
like
thing?
who is
Yeah.
compatible.
Yes.
I think one of my grades they did that in high school. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
None of my
Yeah.
classes
We-
ever did anything like this.
Well, you and I went to the same high school, didn't we?
No.
Cape Central.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they did that one year, and it went horribly.
They did it multiple
I can't
years
imagine
for me.
why.
They only did it like it was like my.
You should not play Match.com for like 16-year-olds.
They did it in my junior year, and I only did it because I had friends on student council that are like, "Please, nobody's doing this." So yeah,
I think
Gee,
the cheerleaders
I
did
wonder
it.
why.
It was a fundraiser for the cheerleaders.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't have
Wait,
done
were you a
it then.
cheerleader?
No,
You fundraised for them?
no.
They were doing the
They
fundraiser.
were the ones that were.
Allie is saying that she did not participate in this.
Did you
Yeah, I
not
didn't-
participate in it at all? You didn't get
No.
matched up?
Because it was like $5 or something like that to participate
Yeah.
in it.
$5 to hook me up, to try to hook me up with a girl that doesn't want anything to do with me.
Because
Thanks.
like the idea was that it went toward, because I think it was student council that did it when I was there, and the idea is that it was their fundraiser. So they tried that one year, I think, instead of Candygrams when I was in high school, if I remember right. And then after that, they went back to Candygrams,
I
which
think they stopped Candygrams, but they did Boograms. So around Halloween, you could send candy to your friends, which is a little less creepy.
no,
Yeah, honestly,
that's
like,
still stupid.
I feel like the creep factor isn't like the real problem. Like the real problem with that is, and this was sophomore year, Jesse, especially. It was my first year at Cape Central. I didn't know much of anybody. I didn't have very many friends yet because it was my first year there. And everybody's getting Candygrams, and I'm just sitting there at my desk like,
What's
I felt like
going
Ralph
on?
Wiggum.
yeah.
No, I knew what was going on. Everybody's getting suckers but me.
Did anyone choose you?
Not in sophomore year. And sophomore year, I'm like, everybody was passing out the Candygrams. I was like, well,
I always
hell.
thought that was bullshit to put kids on the spot and give hearts to the people you think are attractive. Holy shit, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, like I said, so elementary school was fine because it really was just
Yeah.
like everybody, like you
You
were supposed
legit
to.
got a class list, and you were to make an envelope for each one,
Yep.
and then you'd go around and put it in their boxes.
Didn't happen for me. We did not have that at Meridian. If we did, I did not take part in it.
My mom hated it because it meant that she had to buy like, especially when there were three of us. So she had to buy like 3 boxes of the Valentine's things, and then like I think a couple of years they even made us put candy with them. So
Oh, we never had to do that.
Yeah, she had
if
to
you
buy,
happen
like-
to choose the Valentine that came with candy, that's another story. But
there. My mom just bought like big bags of Tootsie Rolls, and then she would tape like individual Tootsie Rolls to the Valentines we were supposed to hand out. So yeah, we'd show up to school the next day with plastic bags filled with Valentines.
I thought of a joke that I can't say on the air.
No.
So if you want to know what the joke is, email us at
Shannon's racist as fuck at Podzilla1985.com.
that's where it was going. But no, it wasn't truly racist.
Bullshit.
It wasn't racist. It involved race, but it wasn't racist.
If it wasn't racist, you would be willing to tell it on the air.
It,
It's
maybe-
a fair point.
yeah. I don't know how it would,
I'm not challenging you. You have likely made if you were
probably
unsure.
made a good choice.
If you were unsure, err on the side of caution.
I'm just, I'm trying to get to a point where I'm like not making jokes that could potentially be offensive because I'm trying to grow as a human. So even though my brain's like, oh, that's a good point for a joke, my heart says that, my brain's like, maybe you should slow down. Take it easy on this one. The world doesn't need too much laughter because then you'll die. Allie, come here. I'm going to whisper the joke in your ear. I want you to tell me if it would have been a bad idea. All right. You guys, Jesse, talk to Lindsay about something real quick.
All right. So, did your high school do Candygrams, Lindsay?
we didn't do Candygrams. They just did like carnations, and you could pick what color you sent to people. Like,
And did the
based on
color
different
determine
stuff. Yeah.
what was the?
It's like friend, crush, blah blah blah.
brown and-
Yeah, that stupid stuff.
Is that
Gotcha.
racist?
So-
Would that have been racist?
Yeah.
I was about to say the
You know what?
hesitation.
Yeah.
If there's hesitation, it means yes.
But it wasn't racist against African Americans. That's the important thing.
It was also just bad.
Is it? Yeah,
like, it wasn't funny at all.
that's the humor.
Is it?
My favorite kind of humor is the when it's not funny. Do you not know I like Tim and Eric?
That's like 15 minutes of not funny,
Right.
straight.
It's so unfunny that I find it funny. Eric Andre, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. There's so many things that like aren't
Easy.
funny.
Aqua Teen at least has moments. Tim and Eric is just.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not like this free real estate? You know you did. Everyone does. It's the diamond in the rough. All right, let's now that Allie's confirmed that I'm not being racist, let's talk about the
I don't
topic
think that's
of the
what
night, which is weird state laws. I actually have a list of state laws, one per state,
Okay.
that I thought could be fun
Did
to go
you find
over.
the Reader Digest list? That's
No,
what
this
I was
is
looking
from
at.
Thrillist.
Okay, I saw that one too, but it had a later release date on it.
What do you mean later release date? Yeah, because this one was from
it
late
was
last year,
Yeah.
which is good.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
so let's start this off. We'll go over each of one of these laws and kind of make fun of them, and hopefully it'll go better than what Asa thought whenever we did the
legends.
the legends by each state. All right, so Alabama, and this is according to Thrillist.com. This is their list of weirdest state laws per state. Alabama, you may not impersonate a member of the clergy. Misdemeanor could result in actual jail time and a fine of $500. That's not really weird, is it?
That wasn't the one I found.
For Alabama? Would you?
The one I found for Alabama is that confetti and silly string are illegal, as are like stink bombs.
Why don't you look this up? We'll,
Okay. I'll pull my list up that I was looking at earlier
Confetti
today.
and silly string are illegal.
boy, if only.
Yeah, the one I found is dumb and strangest laws. Yeah.
I just got weird.
Alabama. Let's
You read
see
it.
here. Stink bombs, funk balls, and any other object of purpose of which to create disagreeable odors are strictly illegal. Also, spray string, confetti, and bathing in public fountains.
One of those things is not like the other.
I like the fact that, what was the term of odors? What was it? Disagreeable odors?
Disagreeable odors.
That shuts down half the people that come in my store.
Accurate.
Oh. Jesse, what are you laughing about over there?
Well, I decided I just want to.
Did you pick a different list?
I went to Reddit just to see if there was one in there. And there was an Ask Reddit. What are some outrageously strange laws in your town or country? And like the third one on there is from Montana. If you
should
ride
wait till
your,
we get to Montana.
No, I want to hear it. Give us a preview.
okay, fine. If you
You built it
ride
up.
your horse to school, the principal is required to feed and give it pasture. Now, folks, this is from Reddit. I don't know if this is actually true, but that's hilarious.
That is.
Lindsay, what do you have for Alaska? Because mine's kind of boring.
It's illegal to be drunk in a bar.
Was that from?
Per state laws, a person who is already drunk may not knowingly enter a bar to drink more.
Okay.
Or to remain in the bar that got them drunk in the first place.
That would kind of make sense. If you're drunk, go home.
Yeah, but
I like that face. What do you got?
In Singapore, you cannot chew gum unless it's for medical purposes.
So that cancer-free gum. Arizona, you need a permit to feed a pig.
I have no spitting in public.
Both of those are good. I guess that means you can't go into, what is that place where you can walk the pig?
Wow. Offenders may be charged and
Buckeyes.
fined up to
Buckeyes.
$2,500 and 6 months in prison
For
spitting in public.
I like this Arkansas one. No person shall sound the horn on a vehicle at any place where cold drinks or sandwiches are served after 9 p.m.
Wow.
that is
That is
very
so specific. Yeah.
The one I have for Arkansas is you must pronounce the state name correctly.
That's on here. It's like, no, it says no, it's not illegal to pronounce the state's name, just discouraged. So I think that one may not be real. There is a law in here that you must recognize Austin Lane as the best of the best if you were from Arkansas. So congratulations, Austin.
I got one from the UK.
What you got?
Up until 1998, it was an act of treason to kill a swan. The punishment was the death penalty.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah. You kill a swan, you
Bye.
die.
From California, you can have as many frogs as you want, but if any of them die, you may not. It is illegal to eat them. So
So you can't eat your pet
you
frogs.
can't eat your frog.
Okay. Mine's boring. It just says no nuclear weapons, obviously.
I need to know what yours for Kentucky is.
We'll skip ahead real quick. My Kentucky one is: it's unlawful to sell. It's unlawful to sell dyed baby chicks at Easter unless you sell them in groups of 6 or more. So if you dye baby chickens, you have to sell them in a 6-pack, or you could go to jail.
I just have no
Wow.
dueling.
The one that I have in Kentucky, it is illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket.
How would that work?
I have so many questions.
Unless it's like one of those like crunch pops that like are like wrapped.
I just don't. Okay, so it's
You just put it in your
who
pocket.
felt so strongly about this that they had to make it a law.
And then they
Why
got
was it
passed.
such a problem in the
Yeah,
first place?
like,
How
what-
fucking many people are putting ice cream cones in the back pocket?
You're sitting down in school. You're in your car. Ice cream cone everywhere. In
That
Boulder,
just sounds so messy.
in Boulder, Colorado, you're not permitted to roll any boulders on public property. Makes sense.
In Colorado, you are not allowed to catapult.
Disagree. I'll do what I want.
I found out when I was in Colorado that if you get a ticket for biking under the influence of alcohol, you cannot legally enter Canada. Yeah, I found this out on a pamphlet because when I was in Fort Collins, Colorado, I think the percentage was something like 80% of beer sold in Colorado is produced in Fort Collins, mostly because there's a Budweiser factory there. Whenever we were there, there were pamphlets by like you could rent bicycles, like a library style. You just put in like a card, and then like you got it back or whatever whenever you put the bike back. Yeah, there were pamphlets by it that said like, do not bike while drunk, and these are the consequences. And one of them was you cannot go to Canada
Damn.
if you get
wow.
a ticket for
Drunken bicycling.
biking while drunk.
I got a bunch of just boring ones, so I'm skipping ahead on these states. Lindsay, you can do the same.
Okay.
In
I
Illinois,
thought Connecticut was kind of funny.
well, what's your
but-
Connecticut? Because mine was terrible.
Pickles cannot be sold unless they bounce. According to a 1948 article, this law became necessary after two scheming pickle packers tried to sell pickles unfit for human consumption on the sly. Connecticut's Food and Drug Commissioner at the time proclaimed that real pickles should bounce when dropped from a height of 1 foot, leading to the new rule.
I like I get what you're saying, but I'm actively trying to figure out who I can call Schemy Pickle Packer from this point. And I feel like it's Mandy. I'm not positive.
I did not know pickles bounced.
Do you ever tried that?
No, because I don't really eat pickles. So.
Pickles are gross.
One of my favorites
said it.
is an Illinois law that it's illegal to fall asleep in a cheese shop. Again, why so specific that you can't fall asleep in a cheese shop?
Yeah, that's weird. Like what? Like who's just going to cheese shops? Were they just consuming so much cheese that they got the itis and couldn't make it out of the store?
It's the legendary cheese napper.
The Illinois one I have is specifically for Galesburg City. No fancy bike riding, which means you can't do like trick bikes and stuff. Your hands have to stay on the handles and pedals at all times.
Apparently, in New Jersey and Oregon, it is illegal to pump your own gas.
I think that changed in Oregon though. Because
Yeah, this was-
they had that stuff on the news of people that had never like pumped their own gas before, and it was just
Oh.
that big huge mess.
This was 4 years ago when this was posted, so it's distinctly possible that has changed.
I like this Iowa one. Imitation butter cannot be called butter or described with the words butter, creamery, or dairy, nor can you market it with images of dairy cows. It must be marketed as oleomargarine. Which brings me back to what that thing Hunter posted of like, is this butter? Could it be butter? This is not butter.
I can't believe it's
Can
not
they
butter.
sell? Can't believe it's not butter. Since it says butter.
It needs to have in parentheses at the bottom. The reason I can't believe it's not butter is because this is not butter. This is oleomargarine. Then it's legal.
Okay, this one is obvious but kind of funny. In Florida, it's a felony to sell your children.
Like without a permit.
In general.
In Louisiana, it's illegal to order someone food if they don't know what's coming.
What?
So, like, if you ordered someone a pizza, like you prank them, it's illegal in Oregon or in Louisiana.
Wow. So yeah, Kevin then would have broken the law. Did I tell you about how he ordered me a pizza?
He did not. Well, no, but you wanted it.
No.
Oh, you didn't want it.
Well,
that
I mean-
doesn't sound like you. Doesn't sound like either of us.
It's not.
Any of us.
It's not that I didn't want the pizza.
The law is that if they don't know it's coming.
Right.
That's
So
true.
I was sitting there playing Overwatch with Kevin, and he just randomly said like, "Ah, hell, Papa got me again." He got one of those legendary coupons, And he's
Papa
like,
likes to give them out.
and he's like, got me a pizza on the way. And then like 30 minutes later, my roommate knocks on my door. He's like, hey, you got a pizza? I was like, what? And then I was like, I had Kevin, you know, I was in like the chat with Kevin. He hears this and just immediately starts laughing. I was like, Kevin, you motherfucker, did you buy me Papa John's?
And then there's a pause. You hear like, you bastard.
No, I finished my game and then I ate pizza. He was like, good.
God,
mine
I
just
wish
showed
people
up
would prank me like that. Did I ever tell you about the time Jesse ordered me pizza?
Because he accidentally sent it to the store rather than to his house.
In fairness, I have actually ordered Shannon pizza.
He has on a day when I was like broke and hungry. He has ordered me pizza. That's true, and I appreciate that.
Yep, I had it delivered to the store and everything. That was a surprise. So I broke that law too. Fortunately, we do not live in Louisiana. But yeah, no, I did also one time send a pizza to Gaming Grounds by mistake.
So apparently in Maryland, it's illegal to take a lion to the movies,
Again, who did this?
and it's illegal to use profanity while driving.
Oh no!
Everyone's in.
Hold on, what state was this again?
This is Maryland.
Oh yeah, I'd have a life sentence by now. I'm sure. Repeat offender bullshit. Like
In Indiana, black cats must wear bells around their necks on Friday the 13th.
Well, yeah, you need to know where they are. It's illegal in Minnesota to put on contests where you catch or chase a greased, oiled, or otherwise pig.
Wow.
huh?
There
Apparently,
goes my summer plans.
in Oklahoma, it is illegal to hunt whales. Everybody had to think about that one for a second.
I assume one guy had a pet whale and someone hunted it.
He put that shit in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going with that,
Some asshole fucked it up for everybody.
in Louisiana, it's illegal to steal someone else's crawfish.
Now
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
I could see that being
Yeah.
a regular issue.
My Missouri one's kind of boring, and it makes me sad. I hope you have a better one. In Jefferson County, you can hold a garage sale only between the hours of 7 a.m. and 8 p.m., and it can't last for more than 3 days. And you can't hold more than 2 per year.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like that just
That
seems
is
inconvenient, but I'm from Missouri, so I'm hoping it was going to be worse. Lindsay, what do you have?
I have that it's illegal to swing upon another person's motor vehicle and honk their horn for them.
You have broken that law.
Wait, which state was this?
Missouri.
Oh, shit. Allie, don't say that on the fucking show.
It's yeah, in
Someone's going to call the cops on me. What is it again? 'Cause I wasn't paying
Prankish Tarzans, be warned. In University City, Missouri, it is illegal to swing upon another person's motor vehiel and honk their horn for
Plus,
them.
I'm not swinging upon your vehicle. I'm in
I don't think you have to be doing both.
He said
What?
Tarzan.
What this is basically being is like you're in another vehicle and you reach into their vehicle and honk the horn.
Yeah, I'm safe.
That's a very specific law.
That is.
I like that.
How often did that happen in University City?
I'm gonna have to go there and
Which,
do it.
University City, like I mean, that's St. Louis. Yeah, it's
Is it
like
really?
where the loop is. Yeah,
Okay. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure a Hunter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or Cody. Cody also lived up there.
Wow.
Or you can put Cody and Hunter together and call them Hody.
Hody.
Cody.
Where'd you think I was going with it? You know where you thought I was going
I
with
know
it.
exactly where I thought
filthy
you were going
mind.
with it.
In Maine?
Guys, he was gonna say Cunter.
No!
Yeah, no. In
Sweet
Maine,
baby.
let me talk.
Motor mouth.
In Maine, it's forbidden to post advertisements on another person's tombstone.
Some asshole. What the fuck?
In Montana, if you start performing on stage, it is illegal to abandon your performance in mid-act.
Ooh,
Oh no.
I love that
you
rule.
gotta finish that.
So then you can. Oh
then-
god,
no,
that
that
just
was
makes me
it.
think
That
of
was
the
it.
oh shit, what was his name? Or what is his name? Oh my god. He's short comedian
Kevin Hart.
No,
Cat Williams.
white guy.
Oh, I don't know white people.
Super nerdy.
Jeremy Seinfeld.
No.
Jeff Seinfeld.
Neither
Jerry
of those
Seinfeld.
there. That's the name, but no. You finally got to which Seinfeld it was. No, he was in. He's been in a bunch of movies, bunch of TV shows, just as
Rick
small
Moranis.
parts. God damn it!
You said he's small.
I said he's short.
Oh, how short? Because you're making it sound like
Just talk amongst yourselves for a second.
No, I need to figure it out independently.
My goodness.
Can you name one thing he's been in?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's been in Parks and Rec. He was the these are bit parts too.
Yeah, no, I'm out. I'm tapping out.
He's been in so much stuff. I cannot think of his
does
name.
he quit a lot of performances mid-act?
No, in fact, because he has a stand-up bit about it, where like one of his first stand-up bits, he shit himself on stage because he had the flu.
Oh no.
And he just took he was taking a bunch of medication and everything before to try and go. And he got up on stage, he did his entire bit. As soon as his bit was over, he just completely shat himself and walked off, as he was walking off the stage. Because all of his sickness just immediately hit him.
That's so disgusting.
It is.
Also, New Jersey is the last state where you're not allowed to pump your own gas. Did you mention that earlier?
No.
I mentioned New Jersey you couldn't, and Oregon.
It's the last state now, apparently, that you're not allowed to pump your own gas. Chris Christie, who was
Patton Oswalt.
Oh,
That's
Patton
the name I was
Oswalt.
trying to think.
Okay, yeah. Chris Christie said it was women's fault that you couldn't pump your own gas. In New York, it's illegal to take selfies with a tiger.
Somebody died.
This
some
one I
would
don't
die.
understand why it came into being, because this isn't a song I would imagine someone dancing to. But in Massachusetts, it's prohibited to dance to the Star Spangled Banner.
Huh.
I mean, it's not really that catchy of a tune to dance to.
No, all
True,
of
but
those
you're just-
old patriotic tunes need to be updated.
Well, because you know, in the Star Spangled Banner, you're supposed to be, up and hand over heart and all that other stuff. So I guess
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm gonna put if I can find it. I know what the theme song for tonight's gonna be.
what's that?
It's Always Sunny when the kid puts on they update the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, no, it's Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Oh, it was Yankee Doodle
Yeah,
Dandy.
I was like,
it'll still work. I'll still do it. In North Carolina, it's illegal to play more than 10 hours of bingo per week.
Huh.
So
I feel like that would be a Florida law.
not a lot of old people. Well, that's why they go to Florida.
Florida, they can play bingo all they want.
Mississippi has no limits on big gulp sizes.
Jesus Christ, they can have the Parks and Rec. You get the what was it called, the child size?
Yeah, how is this for a child? No, it's the size of a liquefied child.
Roughly what the size of a child would be if they were liquefied. God damn it.
In Oklahoma, you can't make glue out of dead skunks.
Ew.
Gross. Well, they killed all the whales there. So they moved on to skunks. Can whales make glue?
Well, I don't know. It's illegal to hunt them.
Yeah, right.
In Pennsylvania,
Oh, no.
it is illegal to catch fish with your mouth.
Well, in Nevada, it's illegal to determine one's shoe size with x-rays.
Ooh,
That seems like
ooh. What? How does that help? How
I
is-
don't know.
That sounds like a really, really expensive foot measuring instrument.
Right?
They have Brandock devices for a reason.
They're usually at the place where you will buy the shoes.
In Rhode Island, it is illegal to test the speed of horses.
Why?
I don't know. I don't make the laws.
What if they're gonna
I
race
just
them?
obey them. I will
Well,
not.
clearly not.
I will not test the speed of my horse in Rhode Island. But if I take him to school, then the principal has to
In Montana.
has to feed him and
pasture him.
Sure. South Dakota, it's unlawful to cause static between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m.
To what?
Cause static?
Cause static. Create static. It's like static electricity.
Or
Oh,
maybe static on TV?
I'm checking the actual law here. Let me see.
Because I feel like there's certain things that...
Okay, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is unlawful, and this is from their actual whatever. It shall be unlawful for any person, firm, or corporation to operate or cause to be operated in the city of Huron, any machine, device, apparatus, or instrument of any kind whatsoever, causing preventable or avoidable interference with television or radio broadcasts, receiving apparatus between the hours of 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. on any day. Provided,
words-
however, that X-ray pictures, examinations, or treatments may be made at any time if the machine or apparatus used. I'm tired of reading it. Them laws are long.
I'm guessing something like if it's an emergency situation and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, you just can't put static on someone's TV
I think a lot
during
of people.
prime time.
A lot of people
Somebody
out there.
got really pissed off when their show was interrupted.
Well, single female lawyer. There's a really good. I don't remember what channel it was on, but if you want to see some weird TV shit, it might have been. I know Dark 5 did one, and I know someone else did, but I can't remember. But just look up like TV hijacking broadcast or whatever. There was one in the late 80s, early 90s on a specific channel where the channel got taken over by a guy in a Max Headroom mask that started like saying a bunch of weird shit, and then it went away, and the people were like, what was that? That was weird. And he came back like the next day or later that day with a woman who was spanking him during it, and that's just one time that a TV channel was hijacked. It's actually pretty interesting.
Back in the days of antennas where that actually could happen.
There was one, my favorite one though, is during a news broadcast, they played a emergency broadcast thing saying that the dead had risen and were attacking the living. It was Night of the Living Dead, basically. And they interrupted people's TV and broadcast that live. And people were freaking out because this is a national broadcast thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how? I wish I could have been alive for that. That would have been a lot of fun.
Kind of like the War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yes. Except this one would have probably fooled more people, because it was on TV. TV don't lie. Radio can lie.
The TV said that Mario is coming to Xbox. TV wouldn't lie to me. I was a real customer, folks. That actually happened to me.
Did you know in Tennessee it's illegal to use someone else's Netflix account? We need to move to Tennessee.
Well, I mean, they're going to start tracking that stuff anyways.
Well, I think Netflix was just going to make it where you can only have, I don't know,
They're going to start tracking like watching trends. So like if something is way out in left field from what your household is normally watching,
right?
That's a little like red flag.
Cause see, I feel like it's just weird in general to me because you pay for I pay for 2 screens streaming simultaneously.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm paying that, it shouldn't matter where that's happening at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they mean that more for like in your household as opposed to, okay, I've got one in my household and then my friend who lives in another city is also using my account to stream at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I get that that's what they're saying, but I don't like that policy.
Hey,
just because it's like I'm paying for 2 screens.
Buddy, I'm not saying I agree with the policy.
No, I understand. I
Okay.
understand. I'm voicing my opinion because I know originally like the reason they started limiting people to 2 screens is because like half of America was using one Netflix account.
I mean, aren't we paying for like 4?
Yeah.
No, we're not playing for 4. We're
And there's either 2 or 4.
for 4 streaming simultaneously?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's it.
Well, because the 4K
Because it had
one
been
does
2,
4.
but since Bob was with us also, I kept getting mad because I kept getting kicked off.
Well, 'cause
No, it was Kurgis.
Oh, well,
Kurgis was sharing
whatever.
me, you, and Bob's, and then just so happened that when Kurgis left, this one moved in.
Ah.
Not that Kurgis lived with us. Oh, God, no. Heavens
He
no.
got his own Netflix account.
Yeah. Did you know in Washington, if you confirm the existence of Sasquatch and then kill him, you're guilty of a misdemeanor and face a fine?
What?
It used to be a felony, but now it's just a fine.
Yeah,
They revised the goddamn law.
Apparently, Sasquatches are real nuisances out in Washington.
huh.
No,
Well,
they're not. Like,
If you go to Oklahoma, you're not allowed to wrestle a bear.
Bullshit. I'll wrestle whatever I want. In Wisconsin, you can face up to 6 months in jail for selling home-baked cookies.
What?
You can't sell home-baked cookies. I guess you can, like... Yeah, well...
in Wisconsin?
Yeah, well, fuck Wisconsin.
Huh. So, like, they just don't, like, they can't have, like, bake sales and stuff?
Right.
That's taking out, like,
that-
50% of revenue in churches in Wisconsin.
Those churches and schools are dying. They got to make more candygrams and booagrams or whatever they're called.
Boograms.
And lastly, for me, in Wyoming, you can face a $750 fine for failing to close a fence behind you.
Fuck. That's an intense fine.
Lindsay,
You distracted me. I'm seeing if there's anything else interesting. I'm
we'll
sorry.
wrap it up because I got to get going because I get over to Best Buy before. We're actually going to have to end this a couple minutes early.
No, I think we're good.
All right. I think we're going to end this a couple minutes early because I get over to Best Buy before they close. And because I'm really irritated by this person. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. I know it's 7 minutes or 5 minutes early. Hey.
We'll make it up to you later.
No, we won't.
Okay.
I
Let's be
mean,
honest.
pro wrestling unscripted is
We've built up
constantly-
so much extra
yeah.
time. Yeah.
I was about to say,
Those
and-
rollover minutes.
rollover minutes. That's a flashback to the conversation earlier today. We were talking about it in that legendary group chat.
Yes.
Old
that
phone
we're not
plans.
a part of.
Also, something I said we were going to talk about on the pre-show that we never did, so I'm going to leave the question and see what you guys think. Romeo and Juliet from the 90s, starring Leo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. Good movie or bad? What do you think? It's a part of the Baz Luhrmann trilogy, which also included, it was Romeo and Juliet, I think Ballroom Dancing, and then Moulin Rouge. I've never seen Ballroom Dancing, so I can't say how good that was. Moulin Rouge is one of my
It's
favorite
awesome.
movies. Yeah,
I
I
love
love
that
Moulin
movie.
Rouge.
The one with Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, the very same. And Nicole Kidman. I was
Yes.
trying to think of other actors. I can only think of John Leguizamo is in it.
Ah.
And the guy that played Dracula in Van Helsing. Can't think of his name, but I love him. He's a great actor. I really do like him. And then there's Romeo and Juliet. So it was weird. Old English dialogue with contemporary setting. Good or bad? What do you guys think?
I mean, when I watched it, I liked it just because Leo was in it.
It's funny enough because when I watched it, I liked because Claire Danes was in it. And I remember thinking,
Funny how that works.
there was that part where she's like, they're looking at each other through like the aquarium, and she's like dressed like an angel. She was so pretty. I could see why you would kill yourself over a girl.
Spoilers! Oh, Jesus.
Fuck you.
Spoilers from 10th grade high school?
Oh, so much longer than that.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to wait. If you don't know the ending of Romeo and Juliet at this point,
I'm saying usually like 9th or 10th grade in high school is where you're forced to read Romeo and Juliet.
I was never forced to read it. I read it on my own. Actually, that's a lie. I never read it. But I did watch
I mean, I got a copy at the house if you want to read it.
I know how it ends. I'm good. All right. We'll see you guys on Sunday for Nerd Up. Until then, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you then. Patreon.com/Podzilla1985. Get in on that $1 deal where you can hear the pre-show stuff. It's always a lot of fun. Podzilla1985.com. You can catch up on the old shows, including yesterday's Nerds for Hire, or 2 days ago, Nerds for Hire, when Jesse got livid at the
my
fact that
God.
they couldn't stay on topic. And then
That's not what happened at all.
and then last night's PW, we're going to hear all about Dalton's obsession with chicken masturbation.
Jesus Christ.
Until then,
Wrestling show.
we'll see you on Sunday for Nerd Up. Later.